Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, real quick, before we start, I feel like every time we talk about this family, there's a new episode, a new twist. And honestly, at this point, it's less family vlog and more never-ending drama series. Like, who is writing this script? Because they need to relax. But if you want to stay fully updated every single day about Joseph and Kendra Duggar and everything going on around them, then trust me, this channel is for you. Please make sure before you go to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed, and click the bell so you never miss a video. All right, now let's get into this. Because what's happening right now, it's messy, it's serious, and honestly, it's the kind of situation where you sit back and go, wait, how did this get this far? Joseph Duggar is now being publicly called out by his own in-laws, and for the first time, they're not staying quiet. And when I say they're speaking out, they didn't just post a random message and disappear. No, they made it very clear something is wrong. They shared a family photo, but here's the part that made everyone stop scrolling. Joseph, Kendra, and the grandkids? Not in it. Completely absent. And at the same time, they've started a GoFundMe, saying they need help finding a safe place to live and get out of a home that's tied to their own daughter and son-in-law. And you don't take steps like that unless things are really serious. Now, this didn't just come out of nowhere. This actually follows another post that stirred everything up, shared by Amy Paul. And if you've been keeping up, you already know. Amy didn't just post and move on. She physically showed up. She drove all the way from Tallahassee to Arkansas to support them, helped them pack, stood by them. And the reason this hits even harder, she's dealing with something very similar in her own life. She turned in her own son-in-law, Carver Bowers, who also happens to be connected to the same circle, and he's facing similar charges. So now you've got two situations running side by side, and both are exploding at the same time. And here's where it gets even more intense. Both of these men are now facing the consequences of their actions. But at the same time, there are claims that they are still influencing their wives, pulling them away from the very families trying to protect them. And that's the part that really gets people talking. Now, when Amy spoke out, it didn't just stay on Instagram. The media jumped on it immediately. Suddenly, everyone wanted statements, interviews, details, all of it. But here's the thing, and this is important. Not everyone wants to talk to the media. And honestly, can you blame them? Because the same outlets now asking questions are the same ones that helped build the Duggar image in the first place. The same ones that pushed the perfect family narrative. The same ones that, for years, shaped how the public saw them. So instead of going through that system again, they chose something different. They spoke for themselves. No filters, no editing, no headlines twisting their words. Just their own voice. And when they finally shared their statement, it was heavy. They made it clear they are heartbroken over the allegations. They expressed support for the young girl involved, calling her courageous, standing by her, and emphasizing that victims should be able to speak without fear. They also talked about their grandchildren, the emotional impact this has had on them, and how they're trying to stay strong through all of this. And then they ended it simply. No more comments, asking for privacy.
And I'm not gonna lie, reading that kind of statement, it hits different, because you can feel the weight behind it. Now, stepping back from all of this situation isn't just about one family anymore. It's about a much bigger picture. Because when you start looking at everything, the history, the system, the influence, it raises some uncomfortable questions. How did things get to this point? Why were certain behaviors normalized? And why did so many people believe everything was fine for so long? For years, this image was presented as something ideal. Large family, strong values, tight control, all framed as something positive. But when you look closer, not everyone saw it that way. Some people always questioned it. The control, the expectations, the pressure placed on children, especially daughters, the way decisions were made. And now, with everything coming out, those concerns don't sound so over the top anymore. And I think that's why stories like this hit so hard, because they force people to reevaluate what they were told versus what was actually happening
Behind the scenes. And let's be real for a second. Situations like this don't exist in isolation. They're built over time, through systems, through influence, through silence. And when that silence finally breaks, it doesn't just expose one issue. It opens the door to everything. That's why what the Caldwells did matters. They didn't go through media spin. They didn't wait for permission. They spoke directly. And whether you agree with everything or not, that kind of move takes courage. Now, at the end of the day, this is still unfolding. There's still a lot we don't know. And there are real people affected on all sides. But one thing is clear. The narrative is changing. And once people start asking questions, it's very hard to go back to silence. Anyway, I want to hear your thoughts on this. Drop them in the comments below. What do you think is really going on here? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.